button,
Computer.
and then
I did. Okay.
Hit the button.
The button's been hit. We're live. Welcome to this week's edition of All American Beef with your favorite crew of myself, pop culture, and rookie. Maybe what's his face? Paul Blart will make it. We'll see. We got a guest. We got a guest for a little bit, fitting in her schedule. I appreciate it. Mara Jade, longtime Menace contributor, great friend to Lethal and Company throughout the Menace, or I guess adjacent to Menace at this point. It's so murky now.
Let's put it this way: it's like adjacent, 2 neighborhoods away, maybe a little bit.
Well said. Well said.
It's just, I like that. It's funny. Yeah, thank you for whatever amount of time you can spend with us. It's been a while since we've oh my god. Oh god.
Like, you're not starting on my watch.
Oh my god. Rookie, I'm gonna leave this for you to lead for the moment. My son keeps picking his nose and bleeding everywhere.
Okay, go deal with that. That's cool. We got this.
The blood.
So that's all right. So Mara, how's it been going with you? What's going on? How's it going on your end of the channel?
Not too badly. I hit 3,000 subs.
Whoa!
Recently on my channel, and for the life of me, I can't really understand what people see in that channel. But thank you very much if you are a subscriber.
See your channel.
What?
3,000 of them see your channel. That's what they see.
Yeah, I don't. My point is, I don't know what they see in me, but 3,000 like appreciate. I appreciate every one of them, and I hit 3,000. I'm gonna have a kind of a celebration stream during my normal live stream I do with my nerdy home on Saturday, Talk Nerdy to Us. So it's gonna be kind of like a 3K celebration stream plus roasting the pop culture cringe. Essentially what I do, and just been on a lot of streams this week. So I think. No. Did I get one video out? I don't think I even got a video out this week. It's been like...
I didn't.
I think
videos are overrated.
Yeah. What I ended up doing was basically going live yesterday evening because I was like, there's like topics I want to talk about, but not enough and just necessarily make a video about them.
Yeah, just touch on some things here and there and not dedicate a full thing to it. Makes sense. There's been a lot of room for that lately. It's like, oh, this is interesting, and that's about all there is.
Yeah, pretty much. I figured I'll save it for like so I have a discussion with like, one or two other people or whatever. It's like, what do you think about this? So it's not just me reading the article and going, oh, well, that's it. That's it, pretty much. With these,
yeah, I know what you mean.
The only one that would have gotten a rant out of me, if at all, would have been like the Powerpuff Girls thing. So I was like,
yeah, what the script? You saw the script? You saw the little script peaks?
I got those tweets are down now because the studio copyright not struck them, but got them basically.
They literally proved that was leaked. Oh my god, that's funny.
Yep, literally.
Who is leaking what?
The Powerpuff Girls script. Apparently they're not apparently, but they are doing this Powerpuff Girls CW show with the girls are grown up, so they're 20-somethings essentially. And whatever identity politics you could think of, they threw into this like pilot episode to the point where it's like the dad cashed in on their celebrity status when they were kids. The cartoon whitewashed them. Buttercup, that's the green one, right? She's either bisexual or full-on lesbian. It's not sure, but she hits on this other woman at the bar and she takes her home with her. So they basically hit on that.
Yeah, don't they wear like little girl clothes as adults or something?
Yeah, something. I don't know. Like one of the screen, like the shots that came out was them wearing like adult versions of like what they wore as kids, and I was like, this looks shit. And then I read the script and like, it's definitely shit. So.
Yeah, it's very odd, and it's like like Chloe Bennett was like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Marvel TV show.
Yes.
And say what you want about the show, but she's she does all right in that show. But my God, like if you were to,
she was great in that show. Don't get me started.
I think in general there shouldn't be like an adaptation of this type of show, let alone to the CW and their style. Like, oh my God, they really don't get things ever. Like they act like, oh yeah, we totally get people and humans, and it's like, you guys seem like you're from an alien planet trying to copy humans, but you're not doing very good.
No, like I said, yeah, you could still find some images. You can't really exactly find the tweets, but if you like Google like Powerpuff Girls like leaked script or whatever, some images do come up, so you can read what it is. And like the villain is Jojo. It's Majojo's son, who's like the mayor of Townsville, and at one point he says that the only reason his opponent is winning in the race is because it's not a white man.
Oh, okay, yeah. It really relates to. Was that a common issue in the cartoon?
I watched some episodes of the cartoon. It was technically like after my time, I guess, one way of putting it. So, like, I wasn't exactly the demographic they would have been gearing towards, but I did see some episodes, and they were pretty decent, and they were still on the cusp of you know how when like growing up with certain cartoons, they would kind of insert adult humor that would go over your head as a kid, and you watch it later as an adult and go, oh, okay, I see what there's actually saying.
Yeah, I used the Shrek example of I think he's compensating for something when
like,
he's exactly, when Farquaad one is to play on words and also shorten. Yeah.
But there was like there was at one point that I remember like an adult joke that when you're a kid you don't exactly get it, but an adult you're like, oh, they actually went there. It's when like the three girls are talking to, I guess, one of their friends at school, and they're describing the three Powerpuff Girls are describing like how they came into existence in a way, and they were saying, our daddy said we were an accident, basically, like dialogue along those lines. And then the little girl,
an experiment, but also, whoops.
But they use the word accident because the little girl goes, oh, my daddy said I was an accident too, and you're like, oh. You don't get it as a kid, but you're like, oh,
yeah, that's like a clever little, there you go.
Yeah, but like that's the type of humor where it's like it's subtle, but it's like because like it's subtle enough that a kid won't get it, but you're an adult like gets it right away, and that makes these cartoons that we grew up on last as long as they do because you can enjoy them as both kids and adults because of what they did. And now they're taking that and just.
Yeah, they try to beat you over the face with everything. They try to tell you there's no subtlety in any approach to anything anymore these days. It's like, this is what we mean. It's like,
if you actually saw the images, you'd be like, what the piss? I read the script. I was tagged into the post, which quote tweeted that thread, and I read it, and I was like, what drug-induced insanity did you tag me into right now? Because I'm reading this thing.
Are we talking about Geeky Pixie?
No.
No.
We're talking about the Powerpuff Girls scripts.
Oh, I came in, I heard, like, what am I tagged in? And I'm like, oh, we're talking about that? Sorry, continue. Sorry.
Not yet.
No, but no, just went over how the Powerpuff Girls, just really weird angles to what they're doing. The total, as she said, woke as can be. Like, I imagine it's like a tryouts for wokeness.
There's like a whole like section of the script, like a scene dedicated to dropping hate boners. I mean, literally the phrase hate boners, like dropping that whole like page.
Yeah, it's weird because this is like woke shit. There's a line where like I guess it's Buttercup to Bubbles is like threatening to like dox her or Blossom's nudes.
Yeah,
to like get them in line. It's like that's like some rape culture shit. I thought that's what we were fighting.
Yeah,
it's like
threatens to leak her nudes, and the
which one's which I always forget.
Yeah,
Bubbles is blonde.
The blue one. Yeah,
blue the actress. Which one is Chloe Bennett?
Dove Cameron, is that it? The blonde.
Okay.
Chloe Bennett's the red one.
She's the one who has the dirty pictures that the other sister is gonna release.
Yeah, something like that, because she's coming back to Townsville. She's a washed-up like actress or something like that, and she's trying to do these documentaries to get her name back into, I guess, popularity. And her documentary is called "Bubbles is Back," And one of her sisters says, you know, unlike your last documentary, Bubbles on her back.
That's hot.
You know, this actually would fit right with, like, this might as well be in the Arrowverse. Like, it sounds like it fits right inside that show.
If this was like a parody, I could like actually not necessarily get behind it, but I could see what they were doing. Basically, just like they know what they are. They're not being serious, and they're just like having fun with it. But they're being
here they're being like for reals. Again, they're beating you over the face with what they mean, not letting you take anything away from it subtly. It's this is it, bigot.
Yeah, pretty much. And like they have that built-in argument. So if you complain about the show, you're a sexist. I guarantee it.
Oh,
I guarantee it. If it crashes and burns, and I have a feeling it will.
Well, especially a show about girls, any male that complains is automatically on the back foot.
Yeah. So there you go.
What is there to complain about? Apparently, they're going to be revealing some sexy pictures. What's wrong with that?
Threatening to reveal. If they don't reveal, if they don't reveal, like, right to CW and complain, like we were promised nudie shots, and you didn't deliver.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Granted, I wish it would be Chloe Bennett instead of the other one because she's the hot Powerpuff Girl now.
Oh, agreed.
She's way hotter than the other two. I don't even know who the one with the short hair is.
Yeah, I thought that was Demi Lovato for a sec. I couldn't tell.
No, Demi Lovato.
She can't be a Powerpuff Girl.
Kidding me?
I can't tell the difference anymore.
That'd be a Powerpuff they them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the green one is Buttercup, and I don't know who that actress is. And Blossom is the red, and Bubbles is the blue one. Like in the dresses. That's how I tell them apart. Basically.
We live in a woke society. I thought that that Powerpuff Girl in the green was a Powerpuff guy, but whatever.
Well, she's the lesbian. She might as well be. So
they did that actually in the Powerpuff Girls like original like 6-season show, which I love. They had like these crooks break out, and then they're like Robin Banks and shit, but they're like pretending to be the Powerpuff Girls. They're like in drag and like clearly hairy guys and stuff. But like, oh, thanks, man. And it's like that could just become reality. Like, this isn't a joke. Those are the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
so
what
we're like
half step. If they like did this as a parody, just
that would be kind of gold in a way. Like
it would be, because basically in a way they'd be making fun of the identity politics in a parody form. But CW
is just too much in it, and that's proven by their shows. Unfortunately.
What do you mean in it? I mean, do you not count Stargirl as a CW show, especially now? And the entire first season was a what do I want to say? Let's say it the easy way. A knock on socialism.
I didn't even know they had another show. I thought they had like 8. Is that like 10 shows now? Jesus.
It's not connected to the rest of them the way that all of the rest are connected to each other.
Well, I know that in the DC time travel one, they did see I think Stargirl was one of them. I don't remember anymore. I don't care. Whatever.
The fact that people follow CW shows is like, how did you get conned? Like, is your bar so low? Like that's what I think when I see like Arrowverse universe.
I have a big bar.
Oh.
Okay.
Follow lots of shows on lots of networks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sitting here watching Batwoman. Everybody says that it's a terrible show, and I was like, it is, and I love it.
Is it like
comedy.
The Room?
Yeah, I feel
it's a fucking
like
comedy. You know how The Martian was supposed to be
able to be Batwoman
movie?
level. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. Like, I don't purposely go and watch shitty stuff, and that's like all. Besides, like maybe the first season of Arrow, it's like I can't give into it. What's up, Glare? What's up, Justin Proper? Sorry, I see Proper. I always go to Proper Jenny. Always go to Proper Jenny.
Don't you always? But Superman and Lois, surprisingly great so far. I agree, Glare. That show's been spectacular. I mean, yeah, he doesn't look like Henry Cavill, but he still looks like Superman.
Have y'all seen Mary J? Have you seen the Army of the Dead?
Yes, I have.
Oh, fuck that.
All right. So, what was your take on it? I haven't seen it on your channel if you've reviewed it or not, or if it can't be watched.
I kind of talked about it on a live stream because I watched it the Saturday before mine and Minority Homes live stream, so I didn't have time to do any like review videos. So I kind of touched on it. I'm not a fan of it, and the reason why I gave it a 6 out of 10, and bear with me when I say this, the reason why I gave it a 6 out of 10 is I gave it like 1 or 2 extra points because it made me want to go to a shooting range and just shoot shit up. So if you can instill that in me, then you're at least doing that much.
Sure.
But arguably it'd be like a 4 or 5 out of 10 for me. The daughter annoyed the shit out of me. I would have knocked her ass out and put her on the bus.
Well, she's supposed to be annoying.
I know, but I'm saying at the same time, it's like I would have knocked her ass out and put her on the bus and said, "She's asleep, don't wake her up," and then just like walk into the bus.
Are you gonna say she's a slow kid? Like,
yeah, she's a slow kid. You know, don't no sudden movements. That's what I would have done. And there's a lot of that in the movie where it's like, and someone pointed out to me before I watched it. Stieg pointed out to me that it's an alien trip off, and like it pretty much is. When they go into,
Yeah, Red Letter Media, I watched their review because like I watched it because of all the hype and stuff. I'm like, oh, let's see this, next big thing, talk of the town at the moment because of streaming. We're stuck at home, and I'm watching. I'm just like, what? And then I hear, oh, this is like a allegory for like being against the wall, and it's like, if anything, this makes me more pro wall.
Yeah, because
the wall is completely justified.
More pro.
Yeah, it's like why? Like they're keeping the zombies in, so why is it anti-wall?
It's like, no, we need to let the wall down and just let them be among us,
Yeah, pretty much. And
open your neck for a bite,
And
yeah, you're a bigot if you don't let them bite you, I guess.
Yeah, and yes, Justin, I know that like that means like they're doing their job, but at the same time, it's like when someone, whether it's like a fictional character or like a real life person, like banks on your emotional attachment to get you to do something, I don't like that person. I don't like that person at all. Like, so when she threatened to go into like the walls with or without him, so basically saying you can either keep me safe or I can go in and get and die and it'll be your fault essentially because I gave you the choice. I don't like those people. So from that moment on, I was like, I hope you die. And I knew she was going to survive, but I hope she died deep down. And like, okay, first, and another thing that doesn't make sense. This is Army of the Dead, right? Two things.
Know.
Yeah, 2 things. One, where's the army? Like that wasn't an army. It was like if you're talking about the zombies, that's more like a tribe. So
they're all hibernating.
And 2, it's of the dead, which means that they're all zombies to some degree in that compound. How are they reproducing? How is that sperm still kicking?
It's undead sperm.
They reproduce in the film. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Wow. This is the biggest thing for me was like, okay, like this idea of like alphas or something is kind of mimicking to some degree like White Walkers and the Night King or something. It's like, all right, but you like didn't develop that at all. So it's like, oh yeah, like this has been going on for I don't know a couple weeks or something. You don't really get a sense of time how long this has been there, this problem, and them trying to cordon everything, and then making the wall. And well, first off, like, how's the wall keep them in? Because I mean, maybe they got a perimeter of actual like guards watching, but like they can climb, so it's not a very good wall to keep them in from the first start. And there's no explanation to like how there's an alpha. Like, okay, this is the first one, so okay, fine. I guess he's the epicenter. He's like the Night King, but like, how does he make like? Well, how do they define how that's an alpha female? How she's the queen, and
fucking
like
Night Queen.
And then the whole thing of like, oh yeah, like go in and get this money, but actually we're just here to get the queen's head. It's like, why wouldn't you just tag them in on that?
Yeah, like basically they could have like gone in, gotten it, and gotten out because the queen comes to them for the sacrifice.
Yeah, they could have shot that guy, waited, and then like netted her ass.
Yeah. I mean, that's all they had to do, but they had to do some elaborate ruse, like for money that they don't want, and it's like, and you people do have the money to pay these people going in. So even if they didn't promise them as much as they did with what's in the vault, I'm pretty sure these people would have gone in for whatever amount they gave them. Hell, like some of them were willing to go in for what, 50,000. Because they weren't telling them how much was in the vaults or what the cut was.
Yeah, they kept gypping people. Where it's like, hey, Safecracker, you're the most important person on this mission that we can't complete if we don't have you. And the helicopter chick's like, oh yeah, we'll give you 50 grand or 100 grand when it's like, oh, I'm getting 2 million.
Yeah, basically year's worth of anything. Yeah, basically the cut would have been 50 million total. And so Dave Bautista's character, the woman who you find out was in love with them, and then their other friend cut themselves in for 15 million each. So basically left them 5 million to divvy up amongst the others in the group. And so they kept lowering each time they met someone, like what they were offering. Yeah, and the helicopter pilot and the safecracker got the gypped. But they didn't know because they cut that information from them. So basically, if you have people willing to go in for that amount anyway, why didn't you just offer something close to that or whatever? Just go and get the queen's head, because this is what happens.
Or also, you could just arm up everyone that's stuck living by this wall because they're destitute, and be like, "Hey, you want a ticket to freedom? Go kill zombie." You have a draft incentive or something.
Yeah, or climb up because the walls themselves are pretty much those canisters, truck canisters. They just walled part sections of that off for most parts. Hey, climb this up. We'll give you these sniper rifles. You get these types of rifles, and pick some zombies off and call out your kills, and they'll help you buy your freedom. Boom. How many people would have gotten taken up on that just to get out of that camp?
Well, I mean, I guess you could argue they try and keep it somewhat hush-hush.
People know the zombies are there because they have the camp literally right next to Las Vegas. So
I meant the mission. And
the mission itself, yeah, but I'm saying for the people there, because you had this subplot where this woman's trying to buy her way out for her children. Hey, you want to buy your way out? Here, we'll teach you how to shoot this gun, so you can come up there and for every zombie you shoot, will give, quote unquote, give you this much money, but really it's whatever money that they would have accepted to buy her freedom.
Yeah, on Dave Bautista, so Prover's got 2 comments. He says, I think Bautista needs to attend more acting classes so he can improve on that. He'll have a more thriving career. Well, first watch Blade Runner 2049. He's got a small role, but he's really got some acting chops. If you have a good director, Denis Villeneuve is much more pristine than Zack Snyder. Regardless of the hype, everyone wants to make him a god. He's not. And Neil says, I wanted to sympathize with his character, but he didn't quite sell it. For me, how I view Bautista's character is the kind of movie we're watching and the role he's playing. It's kind of like Arnold or something, like Predator. Of course, it's nowhere near as well made and pristine a film, but his role in this, I was totally fine. I think he did quite well with what he's given and what his role is in the film. There's just so many dumb things they had the German.
Hold on. What's the point of the film? I guess
it's a Suicide Squad movie.
I have no idea what the plot is based on anything you guys have described so far.
The gist of the film is Dave Bautista is recruited to gather a team to ostensibly crack this vault filled with $200 million and get it out of Las Vegas before they nuke the city, because they're basically going to do a low yield nuke and kill all the zombies in there.
And that's the only city with zombies.
Yes, but ostensibly that's the gist of the plot, that Dave Bautista thinks that's the reason they're going in. But surprise, duplicitous businessman, that you find out a little bit later that no, the real reason why they wanted the team to go in was to get the blood or the head of the queen zombie, because they want to create, shocker, a zombie army themselves, and they need her blood.
Okay.
And essentially it's an Aliens ripoff. Just go with that.
Yeah,
a zombie army. Wow, okay.
Yeah,
horrible Aliens ripoff. And what's funny to add to this, where it's like, much I love 300 and Watchmen, and I like Sucker Punch, despite its lack of real plot or whatever. And his first two, well, all three of his Justice League DC movies have some merit for me. It's very clear like Zack Snyder doesn't get nuance. Like I was reading the Wikipedia film reception to Dawn of the Dead.
What's
I haven't
nuance?
Shut up, PB. And they talked about how like this is a great debut film for him and this and that, but some of the criticism was like the original film in the mall was like a subtext about like mindless consumerism of America and stuff, and they're like Zack Snyder just used the mall for like an action piece, so he doesn't have depth even when he like attempts it. And then you hear he was like, yeah, I pitched like a Star Wars movie before the Clone Wars where it's like 7 samurai, and it's like, and then you watch this movie and it's just Aliens ripoff, and it's like this guy really doesn't like, he has a visual style, cool, but like he doesn't really have any depth to his fucking movies that aren't like pre-made concepts. And so it's just more and more he's like not cutting his own knees out from under him, in my opinion, as like anyone that I want to touch a movie.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, yeah. So like, there's like a lot of things in this movie where it's like even like another gripe I have with this movie. This one woman who's recruited by one of the guys that Dave Bautista and his, I guess, one partner recruit says when they are getting ready to go in, they're hearing the plan and they're getting ready to go into Las Vegas, and they're asked, who here hasn't killed zombies? And she's one of the ones who raises her hand. She and the safecracker, I think, they're like the only two that raise their hands. Like, I haven't killed any zombies. But she gets separated from the group as they're trying to make their way through these hibernating zombies. The zombies wake up, not going into all the details of what happens in the scene, and all of a sudden she turns into Vasquez from Aliens. Like, where the fuck did this come from?
Like to being badass with being able to kill and
like she's stabbing them. She's doing like these John Wick shots. I'm like, you just said like you have not killed zombies, so the implication is that you have not fired a gun. Probably we have not seen your qualifications, but she's like badassing her way through these zombies, and it's like, okay, that's a Vasquez ripoff right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could infer and write the story for Zach where it's like, oh, it's like her sixth sense, it just kicks in, like her survival mode instinct or something. But it's like, it's crap like this. Like,
yeah. But even then, it's like survival mode is one thing, but when you're John Wicking your way through zombies, I'm like,
like I could see a girl who's getting threatened and never killed anybody before, and like a mugger's attacking them, and she could like stab his face, and it's like, oh. Okay, that's survival, kind of, but
Halloween did that pretty well.
What you're describing is like she's doing everything seemingly on purpose, as if she knows what she's doing and succeeding and not faltering.
Not really faltering at all. I mean, she doesn't survive. Spoiler alert! But like she doesn't really falter until like the very end.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it was just a very unlikable cast too.
If you have Netflix, like I guess, like give it a watch. I just I try telling people, like, don't go off of what I say, watch it, and if you enjoy it, it's like more power to you. Like, just because I'm not a fan of it. But
I'm not watching it.
Do they have like superpowers?
Yeah, fine, BB. Like, you're like, you can't make me do it. You're not my mom.
You could have told me this was
he's a very in the closet Snyder fan. He's actually really obsessed.
He doesn't like us to know about it.
Yeah, but it's like people were like, oh, like you're ranting about this movie. I'm not going to like watch it. And they're like, well, no, actually, like do watch it. Then like if you want to rant with me, fine. If you enjoy it,
yeah, exactly.
If you can counter that makes for better conversation.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm fine with it. Like don't when people ask me like about like my opinions of a movie, I say or they ask if there's any movies I would recommend, I tell them no. I tell them these are movies I enjoy, but I'm not going to recommend them to you because I don't believe necessarily in doing that, because it's either going to be one of two ways. Either they're going to come back to me and go, "You were right. That movie was brilliant. That movie was awesome. Blah blah blah," or they're going to come back to me and say, "That movie was shit. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, because it's by Zack Snyder, so I already know.
So, but I'm saying it's like 50-50 shot that you're gonna like it or not. So I'm like, you know what? I enjoy
What
it.
if it's one of those bullshit neutral ones where they're like, meh.
Yeah, I'm saying it's still watch it. Tell me what you like about it or don't like about it. I'm not gonna recommend it to you. You want to watch it? Go watch it. I'm not gonna recommend it.
And sometimes the influence of like people saying, "Oh, you should totally watch this," can sometimes affect how I watch it. Like by the time I ended up watching Alien for the first time, like I don't know, I wasn't as into it. I loved the effects and all, and I like some of the premise, and I get the times, but it was really tough for me to actually enjoy it because it's just so hyped. And I was like, it's fine, I guess. Like, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I actually prefer Alien over Aliens just because I like the psychological. It's more a psychological horror, like thriller, versus like action sci-fi, which I'm cool with, fine. But I prefer the first one just because of that atmosphere that's built up. But yeah, like when you have a movie so built up over years, if you haven't seen it like early enough in your life, that like sometimes it has an opposite effect. So I can see that.
Yeah,
that's why I try
especially
not
comedy for me.
Yeah, Angus doesn't like Spaceballs.
Yeah, I despise it. I saw it as a kid, like bits and pieces, and like I already knew Alien because my dad was kind of cool. He was one like I do with my kids, where like I expose them all sorts of violent fucking movies, because like I don't shelter them, and so luckily my dad didn't shelter me unless it was like sex, in a film. Other than that, I could watch pretty much anything I wanted. So it was like Alien, and the only thing that scared me was the face hugger, but like I love the xenomorph, despite like the fear factor of it. And but like comedy stuff, a lot of these iconic stuff, surprisingly, it's my mom giving her taste. I haven't seen some of these. So like Spaceballs, I liked the alien scene at the end because it's kind of reminiscent of like Looney Tunes the frog, his like hello my baby and all that. But actually watching it, I kind of smirked when there's that long shot, ridiculous long shot of like the ship where it's like, oh, it just keeps going and going. It's like that kind of humor, hits the right funny bone for me. But after that, I literally was just like stoic. I was like a stone just watching this film where it's like, when is it funny?
Watching the film?
No, I was like a stone. It was that unfunny. Same with Ghostbusters. I was like, there's all this hype to it, and I like some of these movies of these actors, and I watch and I'm like, when was it funny?
Bill Murray.
I know everyone's like, oh, the cast, and I'm like, but yeah, like Stripes has some funny shit in it, but like that doesn't mean his next movie's going to be good,
Yeah, movie 43 had a lot of actors in it. Didn't mean it was great.
Movie 43 is a weird fucking movie.
Yeah, hey Ricky, pull up what I resent in the chat.
Here, before that one, I think this is the funny. Funny
he's gonna ask you. He's gonna be like, "Wait, which chat?"
Yeah, I know.
One in the chat or this one in the chat.
All right, I got your screen pulled up, Ricky.
Oh no, that's not my screen. I'm on my phone, and then I have my computer to share stuff. That's why I have that other one there.
You're doing the full mall cop.
So hold on. Before I show your thingy, I'm gonna show my thingy real quick.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Which was funny. Which you
okay.
Thingy's Asian?
Hold on to the volume.
What the fuck?
Here, I'll mute myself here.
Today? Oh, I was just gonna do the Lou Gehrig speech.
Aaron is like, what? Can you stop asking? Like, you guys keep asking me why the fuck I don't reply the chat, but every time I reply the chat, it's like all kind of weird ass question like, do you shave your pussy? Do you like this? Do you that? Shut the fuck up! Okay, shut the fuck up with your honey ass fuck questions. Nobody give a fuck about answering all these questions, yo. I'm not your personal porn star. Aaron is like, what? Can you stop asking?
Okay.
is not your personal porn star.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I didn't expect that from Rookie.
Yep.
Well, he doesn't like the Asian persuasion.
No, I just Rookie's such like a nice young boy, and so
I'm
he's
the
just
innocent one.
like, yeah.
When he only seems like a nice young boy when he's behind the counter making you a quality sandwich.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll
it's funny.
share it. I'll share.
Actually, we're talking last night, and he's like, "Oh yeah, watch this video I made a long time ago," and it's like National Sandwich Day, and I was just—that's what I mean. It's like you look at Rookie's old stuff and everything, him for a long time. It's like he throws these curveballs at you. But this is what
he was murdering tomatoes.
Mara Jade.
Oh yeah, this one.
Oh, who's this bitch?
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, guys, we need to clear something up because a lot of y'all are saying that my character is the reason why it all went tits up in Army of the Dead. You guys are not watching the movie properly. It's not my character. A certain someone cuts off another certain someone's head. I think you all know who I'm talking about without giving away spoilers. And that's why shit hits the fan. It's not my character's fault. Albeit, maybe she fucked up too. But it's not her fault.
So
Okay.
What?
She fucked up, but it's not her fault.
Well, yeah. In a way, I agree with her because, again, if they hadn't done the alien routes, yeah, like most likely the ship wouldn't have gone belly up. But yeah, but like she fucked up too. Her character fucked up too because she went off by herself. So
what's this head chopping bullshit?
Yeah, so it forced like her Dave Bautista's character, her father in the movie, basically to go and try to rescue her. So
spoilers. Anyone hasn't watched it is going to watch it. So be warned. They're going for the vault and then nefarious add-on from like the guy who contracted this whole thing. He of course gets someone killed, and later on he's like with the coyote chick, and they're like supposed to stand guard or watch for activity of these zombies outside while their backs are turned doing the vault shit. And then he's like, "Oh, that's what we're really here for." And he cuts the queen's head off, puts it in a bag, and so you learn like, "Oh, that's the real mission of this guy and his overlord or whatever." And so that like her death cry sends everything into a fury with the alpha zombie for now a revenge plot for him. And he resides in a totally different casino hotel where he's grabbing these women to, I guess, breed them, kind of like Hills Have Eyes 2. And so she goes off to try to find those women. And so even if the zombie head plot didn't happen, she still went off on her own and now has deviated and split the team. So it's like now she's vulnerable and daddy's got to go save her. So regardless of the zombie head plot, they still had to go into further enemy territory and expose themselves needlessly. So yeah, it's still, she's part to blame. Things kick off mostly because the bad guy with the head, but she's still to blame. But the thing is, like, we've seen this in various ways for the last 4 or 5 years with Ghostbusters and Last Jedi. Like, you're just not watching it right. You just didn't watch it again. We subverted your expectations, and it's like that same fucking tone from this chick. It's the same spirit of like, oh well, like you should be so lucky to watch my movie. It's like, well, you should be so lucky that I pay for a subscription to watch this piece of shit, like to pay your check. The entitlement.
Ridiculous. Like, what's the deal with attacking the fans? I don't understand that. Can anybody explain that to me? Why you feel the need to attack any of the fans, whether before, after, during, whenever the fuck this is going on? Because they all do it at different intervals. Fucking that round-headed motherfucker was attacking fans left and right.
I don't know. I really don't know, and it's
like, Mister, I didn't watch any of the other Star Wars films. I can make a Star Wars film. I know Star Wars better than you. fuck off.
Yeah, it's like even if she wanted to, I guess, defend her character, I wouldn't care. But the fact she says you're not watching it properly.
Why the fuck does she care?
I'm like, really? I'm watching you cause like more shit to go down because you wanted to go off by yourself.
Like,
you want to rescue
all
these
you
women.
did was play a character in a movie. Why the fuck do you have to continue to care about it? Let people be pissed off at the character. That doesn't mean they're pissed off at the actor. Like, doesn't that mean they're actually throwing their vitriol at whoever wrote that fucking shit? She didn't decide to just do it. She's like,
Yeah.
she showed up on set one day and was like, you know what, guys? I know this is how the movie is supposed to play out, but I'm just going to disappear over here on this other set for a while, and we're going to turn that into the movie. And they all went, yeah, great fucking idea. No. So why the fuck does she care? Why didn't she just say, hey, I know a lot of you are upset at this character. That's what they told me to do.
Something like that. Just like, just don't come like and tell the fans that they're not watching it.
You're not watching it right.
Well, it's not only that.
And do it again. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's not only that, but Army of the Dead official Twitter and or Netflix shared this on their page where it's like, yeah, fans, listen to this queen, and then they like subtweeted that with like a follow-up video of like, oh, enjoy me enjoying a donut, like fuck the haters kind of shit. And it's like, wow, you really don't want a career.
What's funny too is that when you make anything, you're usually going to have some people that don't like it. So to be all stupid about that with people that don't like it, it's like, it's kind of dumb. It's like you should expect something, and for good reason too, not just like, oh, they're just too dumb. It's like,
yeah, it's kind of like Wonder Woman 84.
It's like, is it possible to have something flawed or something or that rubs people the wrong way? Yeah, so.
Well, I mean, clearly there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people saying this about her character.
She said it.
It reminds me of with Wonder Woman 84, where like people realize like, wait a minute, this is like some rapey shit, from like Hollywood. It's all about believe women and all the sexual assault stuff. And then like it's like Wonder Woman has no consequence, and it's like cutesy that like, oh yeah, like I like had my way with your body and you don't know about it. And then they're like, oh no, did you get like we were trying to show you like that's wrong? And it's like, I didn't get that at all. It seemed like she got away scot-free, and it kind of was like, it's our little secret audience.
The movie doesn't even address it really.
No, it doesn't, because she meets the guy later on, and like they acting as if like they haven't met each other at all.
She holds his hand, she grabs his hand and goes, feel familiar? Oh, no.
No.
Oops.
Oh. Yeah, so.
Yeah, what's up, Karen? Okay, so you're...
Hello, Karen.
What is your, Mar, what is your experience with the EU? Because clearly you're Mara Jade, so I assume you like Thrawn trilogy, but like, do you have an extensive background with it, or is it just kind of that character you gravitated to?
Pretty extensive, because I read both, books post Return of the Jedi, and I read prequel era books, and I read some Old Republic books. So like, there are people who are like more extensive than me, but I'm pretty knowledgeable about certain time periods of the EU, and it's what I thought that they would have adapted or at least done something with the current crop of movies, but guess I was wrong. And now the rumors of Brie Larson being cast as Mara Jade has reared its ugly head again. That's been around for a year. I'm like, it's not new, people. This rumor's been around for like a year. But people are running with it like it's a new rumor, and like.
But I mean, it's also not unlikely that she would be cast as that, because it's in the Disney sphere. But I don't know.
People kept tagging me in these posts, and so I made a tweet, and I was like, okay, let me. People keep tagging me in this post. Let me just give you this response. All right. This is from We Got This Covered in Bullshit. Take it with a grain of salt. 2, this rumor has been around for a long time. It's not new. Stop treating it like it is. 3, fuck it. I don't care. I'm checked out of Disney Star Wars. Cast her.
You know,
Yeah.
I really hope that they fill the slot of New Rangers or whatever, the New Republic Rangers show. If they don't cast Brie as Cara Dune, then I hope they fill a slot with a young Holdo show. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
We can see when she gets her purple hair.
Yeah. And people,
I thought you were gonna say we can see when she gets the idea for the Holdo maneuver. Like she
I thought that you were,
on that one
going to
for
see that we
20
could.
years.
I thought you were going to say that we could finally see if the curtains match the rug or whatever the phrase is.
Yeah.
Thinking ahead of me, Omar.
I was thinking that was going to be something come up with one of them, but they surprised me.
But what was I going to say? Oh, but at the same time, people who are even excited a little bit at the prospect of Mara Jade coming into, I guess, the current crop of like Disney like properties with Star Wars. I look at them and go, you do realize it's not the Mara Jade you know from the EU, right? It can't be because they made Luke. She's tied to Luke's character literally because they fall in love, marry, and have a child together, and they made him a hermit on this island, unmarried. So the Mara Jade you get in these movies or these shows or whatever it is not going to be the same Mara Jade.
Well, I mean, they could make it like Obi-Wan, that Mandalorian, like Queen or whatever. They could do something like that in between, where there's like some sort of affair or fling or whatever, some longing that's unfulfilled and a sore spot on top of Kylo and everything. So like, they could recontextualize, tool that in.
Well, that's what they would have to do. But then, like, you would people who are like thinking it's going to be like respecting like Legends or the EU are going to bitch again. I'm like, really? Like, you're the ones who's giving Disney money by watching The Mandalorian, and you're bitching now? No.
Yeah. Well, and also if they do have her in whatever way, I mean, she's not going to be how people like her, I imagine, because they're writing it. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the thing I was going to ask is like, what do you know about Lucas and EU with canon? Because what I understand is that like things that EU people complain about with like Filoni adapting in Clone Wars, like cherry picking, Lucas was right there with them doing that. So it wasn't like
Lucas was with them like early on in the Clone Wars, but Filoni pretty much took over for most of it. There's even interviews where Filoni is taking credit for giving Maul robotic legs, and even Lucas's daughter, who was there, because it's like a panel, it says like, well, no, the EU did it first, and Filoni's trying to take credit for it. So like Filoni does that shit. Lucas like spearheaded it, started it, but then Filoni took over. To another example is Ahsoka was supposed to die during Order 66, so she should not have been alive post when the Clone Wars ends, essentially. But Filoni kept her alive because that's his like little pet.
Yeah, I don't like I don't mind Ahsoka, and they really built her up into a good character, especially her send off in season 5, that finale. But like maintaining her, it just with any of these like in Force Unleashed, like one or two like secret Jedi like Obi-Wan and Yoda that you haven't seen in context, like okay, but like you keep more and more and more.
Like 24 survived. It's like okay.
Yeah,
I mean, arguably there were Jedi that did survive post Order 66, but there was a purge, which Darth Vader led. So it did get to the point where it was just Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Yeah, like if they did something like a Radagast kind of Jedi that was just like, we get the Clone Wars and we're leading this as generals, but there's still people that are just like out in like the boonies that don't even have contact. They're like on like lifelong missions or Force missions or whatever, research. That would make sense, but when it's like, oh, I was in the Clone Wars and I just happened to dip out. My master died, but I'm a little kid and I made it. It's like repeatedly. You did it with Fallen Order, and then they just copy Fallen Order with Bad Batch with Kanan. It's like, oh, come on, like.
It's what was I going to say? Like, there's a guy who watches my streams and everything who calls her Ahsoka Voorhees because like she can't die. Like she hasn't died yet.
That's actually, there's many points where she could have exited the shows and have been fine. Okay, fine, but like they keep on bringing them back, and it's like, okay, I'm tired of this character. Like, you know, I thought it would have been fine if she left the Jedi Order as she did, and you don't know what happens or something. And then even when she kind of came back in Rebels to face Vader, I mean, the implication was that she was killed. Yes. So it's like I think that moment is fine if they want to go that far, but that's still pushing it, honestly.
No, but then time travel. But it's not time travel with the world between worlds, like that bullshit. Where like you can have all these different like timelines, but it's all one timeline, and they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. That's what gets like muddled.
Okay.
Well, no, even when they went to Mortis in the show, it's kind of like, did this need to happen here? Like,
no, Mortis is my favorite.
Yeah, I enjoyed that arc. It kind of like expanded on that, but yeah, it's like. People who were thinking that the Mortis arc and World Between Worlds will, like, you know, Disney could use that to fix the sequel movies. I'm like, that's not how that works.
Well, and the fact that we had to experience them, you can't take away that we had to endure the sequel trilogy and stuff. So it's like, yeah, you can say you fixed it all you want, but we still, like, you still had the wound, you know?
Yeah, like yeah, but like the point is, like, yeah, so like when Ahsoka was pulled out, she was still within that same timeline. Like nothing changed.
Yeah.
The thing that changed was that she ended up surviving because Ezra pulled her out of that World Between Worlds. That's it. Nothing else in the timeline changed. So it's like you thinking that that's going to fix whatever Disney did beforehand. And yeah, I agree with you. Like we already suffered through it, so it's not exactly going to give us those years back watching those movies.
Yeah, well, and it's like they have to show improvement of writing, and I don't know if they do.
It's not going to fix it either way, writing or timeline wise, because she's going to come in the same timeline. And what happens in the Disney movies, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I have hope because even though like I don't get over enthralled about like the Mandalorian, I think it's a fun show. I think it's brought back the spirit of Star Wars to whatever degree you can have with corporate Disney and not Lucas, and this is his baby, and he's the overseer of everything, maintaining like that spirit. But I do think that what's happening, especially like the Luke reveal, the fan service event, I do think they're doing how people feel with the Clone Wars, with the prequels, where people feel like, oh, this makes the prequels better. And like I think they're totally fine without the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is just an add-on. But I do think they're kind of going to do that route of recontextualizing the story to boost those plot points of the sequels where it's like, well, this is like the end game for so far this timeline. How can we like church it up? And so I'm open to that. You know, I'm an optimistic fan. I do, I guess, check my expectations in a sense with new Star Wars, where it's like, all right, there's the Lucas saga, and there's EU stuff you can enjoy as well as, you know, extended stuff. And once you get Disney, I can look at Disney in the full timeline, but it's like the spirit's gone. This is just corporate. Let me see what's cool. These cool ideas that don't really have depth. You know, I reserve myself, I guess, right? I understand what this is compared to when Lucas ran it. And so I totally get people that just don't want to contribute or be a part of it now with that being a fact, but it's like, I'll enjoy it for what it is and I'll shit on it when it sucks, you know?
Yeah. To me, I just don't need any more, honestly. Like there's enough content of it with the 6 films. Like that's enough for me. And I read some, I don't even know if which all ones qualify as EU books, but like, yeah, like read a few of the Jedi Quest and the Last of the Jedi series, like before any of this stuff. When Obi-Wan has an old Padawan go on a journey thingy.
Basically, anything when Disney bought it that now has like the Legends banner was the expanded universe. So that could be anywhere from Old Republic. There's like even books. There's a book and comic book series that goes back to like just about the birth of the Jedi, pretty much.
Okay.
So it goes like that far back, like 25,000 plus years in the past before the Battle of Yavin. That's how far back it goes, and then it goes past Return of the Jedi. So you have anywhere in that timeline of books to choose from: Old Republic, prequel era, essentially, and post original trilogy. So,
yeah, the one thing I wanted to touch on, I remember when I was a kid, I don't know where this was at, but there was a comic or some sort of art of Maul. This is like during the prequel era, right after, of him with mechanical legs like Grievous. Like he had Grievous legs. So like that concept's been there for a long time. And I think it was in a comic of like Vader versus Maul. Somehow they made that work. And of course back then it was like, well, Maul didn't live, you know, so of course they like wrote in the story, and I'm fine with it. I love it because I love Maul. But
yeah,
that's just funny you're telling me about that with Filoni.
Yeah, Maul literally became man too angry to die. That's what he became in Rebels, because he came back in Rebels. So I'm like,
yeah, I thought there was too much Maul. Honestly, I was like, I think I'm done.
Nah, I mean, I definitely am biased because that's like my favorite character. Despite
I get it.
He's a simple ass character, but like Rookie thinks like, oh, he talks too much in this sense. Like for me, like I totally get it.
He plans and talks. I don't know. I feel like he'd just be more of the silent villain type that isn't like, I have this evil plan that's gonna all these phases, because then that's too similar to other characters.
I would agree, but after he's like he realizes like he was just a tool of Sidious, and Maul, and like all of the main three villains through the prequels, Maul, Dooku, and Grievous, they're like shades of Vader, and Maul is like just the slave character, just like Vader is in Episode 4. You know, he's just like muscle. There's no real agency to his own character. He's just follow orders. And once he realizes that he's a pawn in this game, and like, oh look, he's just got another apprentice, you know, it's whatever to this guy, who am I, you know, kind of like a jaded girlfriend, I guess, to put it bluntly or simplistically. After that, his like, you know, he ascends to like a new level mentally, and so he's like got his own agency now. So that's why I can definitely.
I don't know. I guess I'd be more okay with it, but the way they did it, where he's like crazy on the garbage world and with spidery legs, and like I think of the logic of, he fell down the thingies on Naboo, and then he is like, he's in half. So how does he get to wherever he went to? Like, he crawling? He tell pilot, hey, help me? I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the mystery of it. You know, it's like, that's what Lucas was good at, and like his team, whenever it's like, when he was running it, where it's like, you don't got to know everything. You know, you can have fun guessing. We're not going to
know everything.
We're not going to do Rogue One type shit where it's like, hey, like in between Rogue One and A New Hope, even though they're like sync right together, what happened in hyperspace with Leia on the Tantive 4? Like, that's the kind of shit Disney does.
I guess my point is, they shouldn't have shown him in the create. I would have been fine if they had Savage just like find Maul already planning stuff, if that's what they're gonna do. But showing him all crazy and then magic heals his mind or some shit, I don't know. It was kind of weird with all that.
The Night Sisters are very much underdeveloped. I want shit like that in Star Wars. Like, let's do some crazy shit that's like not the standard meat and potatoes.
Shit, motherfuckers.
But yeah, I know you got to go, Mary J. I appreciate you coming on. If you want to stay more, that's cool. But I saw you in the private chat.
I'm starting to fall asleep, and this is like been like a day, like an evening of streams. So it's like my other friend who's gonna be like starting in about 10 minutes. Sometimes he sends me the link, sometimes he doesn't. So like I gotta.
Like, yeah, who is that? So we might raid him afterwards. Who is that?
Raging Rhino.
Yeah.
Too.
So I might be on it for a little bit. We'll see, but I gotta like basically take my makeup off in 10 minutes just in case he does send me the link. So that's why I was like, I gotta jump off now.
Yeah, well, thank you, and look forward to having you on again. Appreciate you coming on and giving your commentary.
Fun. It was fun.
Refreshing.
Thank you. Like maybe it's like some other time it'd be fun. And I got to rant a little bit about Army of the Dead because I wasn't able to do that up until now.
Get it out of your system. It's all good.
Yeah, I had to get it out of my system because I had to wait because two of my friends hadn't seen it yet. So I was like, "Have you seen it? Have you seen it? I got to rant to someone. Have you seen it?"
I must share my anger.
Yes, yeah. I love you, but I want you to be miserable too. Have you seen it?
Must feel my pain.
Yes. So yeah, but
good night.
Thank you for having me on. So yeah, I just gotta jump off real fast and basically then pass out because I've been in front of either some screen in some form today. So it's been a long day.
Oh yeah.
So, but thank you again, and my channel is Jade Shadow. I don't plan videos, so if one comes up, that like consider that a miracle at this point. and talk nerdy to us, 10 p.m. Eastern, on my channel. It'll be pop culture discussion / 3K celebration. So hope to see you, any of you there. So it'll be fun.
Talk about me.
All right.
Cool.
Cute.
Yep. So thank you, and I will talk to you all later.
All right.
Talk
Later.
to you later.
All right, that was fun. Hopefully, General Zod will come in and give us
Why
his.
would you
funny
say
today.
that?
What do you mean? He's my buddy. You know,
Like, he's supposed to be some
Brainiac,
time away.
you gotta like, you can tear him apart a million times, but Zod, he gets his neck snapped once. You know, so there's a quality there.
It's quality there. That what the fuck? What?
Or maybe
I
it's
think we have
lack of quality.
different definitions of quality.
It's like the office, the quality manager guy. He's like, I don't know where I work. And it's like it's starts the Q. He's like, it's quabity. He's like, no, damn, that's not it. I know I'm close though.
Quack.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Oh,
you know, it's funny. I just happened to scroll Twitter or some shit, and I saw wonderful news that I know Ricky's like, oh my god,
Oh,
you
shit.
know, it's gonna nag. Joker 2 is actually in the works now. Todd Phillips is writing or co-writing the plot right now, the screenplay. So I am super duper excited.
You only need one Joker. It was fine. It's done. Don't need a sequel. Then it's fine.
God, you're like Eustace in Courage the Cowardly Dog. You're just like, come play
Get off my lawn, you fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you know how Rookie feels. What about PB?
Wait, about what?
Joker 2 is actually in development right now.
About that it's in development? I was like, I don't know exactly what they're going to do. I was almost exactly right on what was happening, at least overall in the first movie, that he wasn't going to be the Joker for the entire movie, and then essentially turn into him right at the end, which is pretty much what happened. So, do I want to see his character being, gosh, almost fully developed and be the Joker the entire time? Why not?
I mean, I feel like we saw his main story already, so.
No, you
You
saw
saw
an
his
origin
origin.
story. Like,
I
you
feel like
only
it's just-
see the Joker for the last, what, 20 minutes of the movie?
Well, I know,
Before
but
that,
with
it's
this,
just Arthur.
but with this Joker, I don't see any point in doing anything else. Like, yeah, you saw the thing, and now
He's a Batman villain. We haven't seen him face Batman.
anyways.
I don't care if he fights Batman. I've seen Batman too many fucking times. There's like 30 Batman
this
movies.
guy.
Like,
Now he hates Batman movies all of a
I
sudden.
don't hate. I do not hate them. I'm saying there's a plentiful.
Batman. So
There's a
many
plentiful
Batman.
amount.
There's
plentiful
80 years of storytelling with Batman and so many great iterations just in the last 40 years since Dark Knight Returns.
What if Joker 2 doesn't have Batman? Are you going to be? You know, I don't think it's.
No, dude, if they can do it, if they can do it as high quality as the first one and still not have Batman, I'm going to be head over heels because it's like, wow, like that. You know, I wasn't on board with the first one when it was coming out, and I saw like the image of him and like the get up. I'm like, what? That's not Joker. What the fuck? And Joaquin Phoenix, come on, like he didn't even get the Oscar nod in the movie he led that Reese Witherspoon got Best Actress for Walk the Line.
Yeah, I'll give them more. I'll give them more credit if they do the sequel without any Batman.
I think you gotta have Batman or some in-depth criminal activity, something like at least like the opening of Dark Knight, where it's like, oh, here's Joker, he's got a crew, and he's in like the universe, and then it's like, okay, now I'm going to focus on him.
I'd be okay with it be like the Joker and his crew versus the cops. I don't think there needs to be a hero to face him.
No, we can't do that because they'll make him a hero. ACAB, they'll do that shit. So no, I can't have that. Not in this climate.
Sure.
They'll be doing like Antifa propaganda with that shit. So no, I need them.
No, I'm talking about what time zone they're in. They're in like the, I don't know what time zone they're in.
Pretty sure they're in the Eastern Standard. They're like, in Gotham.
Oh no, not time period.
They got
Time
ham.
period. not
I knew
zone.
exactly what you meant, but I was running with it.
Okay. But that too, I don't know if it's 6 o'clock here. I don't know what time it is where he's at. So
Wait, let me go up really quick in the chat. I saw something about Joker 2 from Ancient One. I was say Chosen One.
The Chosen One.
Ancient One says, so if the second Joker film turns out just as good as the first one, if not better, is all that matters. But if it turns out to be really bad or even worse, then there's going to be a huge problem. I hope it ties in with Pattinson Batman, but some of the tech I've seen, I think he's like further ahead. But the thing, okay, so here's my thing, is that this is like set in like late 70s, early 80s. And so it's like, what time period, if any, not modern day, is the Batman going to be in? And like there's this idea of like, well, how is like 60-70-year-old Joker going to fight Batman? It's like simple, because this is still a sci-fi universe, even though it's a lot more deconstructed and street level. When he drops in the vat of chemicals, you can do like some mutant type shit where like Joker ages differently now with like his chemical transformation. And that could totally work where it's like, he's actually like 80 years old. He's geriatric on the books, but like he's like a 40-year-old like strong man.
Ooh.
I mean, do they have to physically fight each other? I thought the Joker doesn't usually physically fight him.
They have
No,
to
Joker's actually
he proposes challenges he proposes other challenges to him, not I can fist fight you, bro.
Oh no, I agree, but he is in the comics varying depending on the run. Like he is someone that can, is physically formidable to like street level characters because his transformation is, makes him like retard strength.
He'd be punching motherfuckers.
I mean, he subdued Dark Knight, physically. So and part of that was because he, cheated with like the dogs, and Batman's like been kicking fucking SWAT's ass and stuff on top of it, so he's tired. But
yeah, that's a little different. But I mean, I don't know. My point is, I don't think they need to have a Joker that physically matches up to him ever. Like because the point with like the Dark Knight, does he fist fight him? No, like in the Nolan trilogy, like
at the end a little bit.
Yeah, he fist fights him. He tackles him over the edge.
But yeah, again, after he went through everybody, but they don't have like a fight scene, is what I mean.
What do you mean a fight?
I wouldn't call that a fight
Joker
scene.
is not Bruce Lee. Is that what you're looking for? No, there's not going to be a protracted fight scene. Not even probably the length of the first time that Batman fought Superman.
Yeah, still, I don't know. I don't think it's needed anyway. Just
What
in general.
do you think is needed?
If we were this age, but back in like 2002 or 4, whenever Spider-Man 2 came out, he'd be the guy who'd be like, why do we need a Spider-Man 2? We already saw his story.
Right.
It's like we saw his origin, bro.
I didn't. Well, that was before. That was before they made it. That was before they made 1,000 of these movies. So that'd be different.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would literally.
Good movies. Are good movies.
I didn't watch them when they came out at first when I was younger.
No, I get that. I'm saying, like, I totally get fatigue with like, oh, here's like another iteration. Oh, let's do another sequel. Let's make a franchise instead of just standalone films tell like a unique story. I totally get that, but like that the counter is like good stories,
But I don't know. It's also like, does everything need to have more to it? Because that always leaves room for more mistakes too, and to screw up characters.
I love mistakes.
That's hate speech.
What?
Because Angus.
It's all American beef.
Yeah, beef.
Are you not cognizant of where you're at?
I love beef. Chop that shit up.
Oh, Peebles.
Ancient One. I'm assuming we'll raid Raging Rhino's stream because the Australian time zone and stuff. He's wide awake, so That's my game plan thus far. I haven't looked at my YouTube feed for who's streaming, but that's my guess right now.
Feed.
You know, like your sub feed, you go to your subscriptions and see like what's in your timeline, like recent content.
YouTube timeline. Let's see what happens. It says Black Angus Reviews is live right now. Tell your friends. Going head to head with world class bullshitters.
Yeah. Oh,
they're talking about stupid fucking J.J. Abrams.
Speaking of which, one of the other things about talking down to your fans, Ricky, pull up the Bowing into Comics article in the chat.
Oh, we're gonna talk down to the fans.
Yeah.
Ooh, exciting! That'll be a first.
All right, it'll be just a minute.
Maybe they just didn't notice the last time that I did it. Thank you so much.
What do you said you're killing, Ricky?
I said I'm killing some fools real quick on Assassin's Creed, then I'll do it. So hold on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's what the clicking is. I was like, is this guy just typing?
The clicking was you. I thought it was you typing, not him.
No, like here's what it sounds like me typing.
Button mashing.
Yeah, because my mic's my mic's on the desk, so I can't avoid you.
He's sitting here just playing fucking. He's worse than fucking Zod. Sitting here playing video games, and he's like, "Hey, can you pull this thing up?" Be like, "Yeah, I can pull it up as soon as I finish this level."
Yeah, thank you, Karen. She said I did retweet it.
I did.
I've
seen it, Karen. She told her friends. She's like, "Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? Come watch this." But she's usually not that aggressive on Twitter, but I guess.
Whoa, simmer down, lady.
I don't remember exactly what she said. It wasn't. She did.
Rookie would like that skit.
What skit?
I didn't say I liked it. I just knew of the skit.
Simmer down now.
I just know of that.
Now.
I don't know why that was a skit. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree.
And people shilling for.
That's what Rookie would say.
People shilling for Elon Musk. His SNL. I love all the SJWs like freaking out in their safe spaces about Elon coming on, but like I watched some of those clips and it was awful. I mean the context of the joke of like the skit where it's like the Martian setup and that one guy's like, okay, cool, you know, like the idea was funny, but the execution was like, oh man, I couldn't invest any more time in that shit. SNL is fucking dead.
You watched that?
On YouTube, yeah. I watched like that clip. And I was like, I tried to watch his monologue.
His little intro monologue when he was acting extra autistic. You can't tell me you didn't notice.
Oh yeah, I never actually seen him talk. So when he said like, "Oh, I'm like autistic," it's like, "Oh wow."
So we got Boob Comic.
Huh? Yeah.
You ready
What's the problem?
Ready to read, Rookie?
Nope. Let me try. Heavy Metal Magazine decided to mock fans who expressed their distaste for recently revealed cover of the publisher's 6th issue Tarna miniseries from writer Stephanie Phillips.
Is that Todd Phillips' daughter, sister, cousin?
You're my sister.
Nope. We're not going there, Mr. Deertag.
If you're unfamiliar with Tarna, Heavy Metal Magazine's official description reads, Tarna is the last living Tarakan. God, this sounds... I don't know what the fuck this is. Tarakan and the guardian of our universe, a hybrid being born of the great warrior Tarnak and dying universe. Tarna is the personified form of one of the youngest universes in the multiverse. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? She's the personified form of one of the youngest universes in the multiverse.
Which sounds kind of crazy.
I don't know.
She's insane.
They said they add with her finger. They add with her flying steed, Avis, and armed with her sword, Navura.
Doesn't matter. Just wing it.
Women belong in the
I hate
kitchen.
these names. Tarna reveals from the world to world, protecting the universe from threat of Keiko, the embodiment of evil. The poor whale. If they want to, of course.
No, that's an ad. It's an ad.
I know. That was the joke. That was the joke. As you can see, the Tarna is typically depicted in a bikini outfit with a pauldron and gauntlet on her right arm. However, that changed in Tarna number 5, where she put on a full suit of armor. Speaking with CBR, Phillips discussed designing the new battle armor of issues number 5 and 6. Phillips explained, one really cool element to the finale was getting to the design, the new battle armor for Tarna for issues number 5 and 6. Al blah 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 and Brian blah 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 created some of the coolest armor for Tarna that I hope we get to see beyond these issues that we work together on. It's such a cool look. Both Al and Brian are incredibly talented and a great team to close out the story with, she added. This is a weird comic.
Whoa.
Okay.
He exited out.
No, it went dumb. So I had to exit out. So hold on.
It went rookie.
Yeah. Karen heard it too. He's like speaking.
I thought it said spanking for a sec. Can you blame me, bruh?
Oh, here it is. Okay.
No, I had to exit out because it said, "Oops, something went wrong, Derp." I don't know if that was StreamYard or if that was this.
You didn't read the Whopper ad.
Shut up.
I was gonna. All right. That's a nice picture right there. As noted by Phillips, Tarna does don the armor in the interiors of Tarna number 5. She does so after she was severely injured in Tarna following a fight with a giant serpent. In that issue, while fighting the serpent, she was still wearing her iconic look, as you can see below. This is like a comic that you've read before or something, Angus? Or
no, I've never read Heavy Metal. I've seen. I tried to watch some of the original Heavy Metal cartoon. I was like, not for me.
After recovering from her injury at a temple at the edge of the universe, Tarna puts on her new armor as she prepares to hunt down Uricus, who leads an army in service to Keiko, the embodiment of evil. Aside from being injured against the serpent, the only explanation for the armor is that she needs to be prepared as she hunts down Uricus. In fact, even with the armor, she is shown beaten down, so it didn't really do much for her in the 5th issue. What a bitch. My side. In response to a number of fans for her initial Instagram post, Heavy Metal clearly mocked them. One user who wrote, "They finally cover she up." Heavy Metal responded, "Most people have more than one outfit, it turns out, just so you know." In Thadango Chavez, "They finally cover she up. Applaud, applaud." Yeah, that's funny. They finally cover she up, bro. Rip Tarna. Heavy Metal responds, Biomonger, does changing clothes kill people? We have no idea. Do you not change your underwear? This explains so much.
You're like, oh, you basement-dwelling, cousin-humping man babies.
One even wrote, I'm torn, while I generally despise bikini armor as a whole. Ho, ho, ho. I also have a pretty severe disdain for the complete changing of iconic characters and looks. At what point does it become an entirely different character? And where exactly is the ridiculous line for scantily clad heroines? Heavy Metal answered, have you read the book to understand the context of the outfit? Or you just masking assumptions? Trust us, read it and you'll understand. Also, people should change clothes and looks that natural.
Like, oh yeah, you're reading this ridiculous fantasy that she's always wore a bikini in, but randomly she changes to armor all of a sudden, and it's like, don't you know people change clothes? Like, haven't you like changed your underwear, bro? It's like,
yeah,
way to sell your fucking comic.
Yeah, apparently.
Wait,
I like how bad their actual
hold on.
text is.
What are underwear?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The way that's written here is funny because it's not me fucking it up all the time. That's how they're writing it.
No, you said I'm
He's
supposed
like,
to change my underwear. What are underwear?
What are underwear?
Can't change what you ain't got.
I can attest to this, yes.
As noted above, the change in outfit doesn't really make sense from a story point, as she goes from getting injured by a giant serpent to fighting a completely different enemy. Nevertheless, Heavy Metal will use this line in multiple responses. It's true right there. They'll take things to another level in the follow-up Instagram post. As you can see below, it reads, It has come to our attention that some of you are confused that Tarana has the ability to change clothes. So, to address this, they continued, we'd like to remind you... Oh, I'm trying to do a different voice. We'd like to remind you that you can change... No, that's not good.
No, it's a good one. Go on.
We'd like to remind you that you can change your clothes and to please do so, especially your underwear. We've gotten complaints from the neighbors. Along with the message, she also added an official statement. Relax, guys. It's just armor. We know the change is scary, but you got this. I'm losing it. I was trying to do a pirate.
No, yeah, I was like, change your underwear, me hearties.
This is the heavy metal we have always experimented and pushed in the envelope with, because that's art. It changes above and grows and evolves. We have and always will push the boundaries of art and storytelling and culture.
He did it twice.
They added, if you are uncomfortable, you should change in growth. Then you will go the way of the dinosaur. Instead, we encourage you to open your mind and take that ride of heavy metal. What? Take that ride on heavy metal.
What?
Yarr.
This is why Rookie reads it, because you never know what's going to come out.
Needless to say, the fans weren't happy with this response either. One response wrote, the changes suck. Respect your fans. Heavy Metal responded, nah. We don't need fans like that. We are good. Thank you.
Nah.
We don't need fans like you, man, babies.
In response, another fan, Heavy Metal, wrote, "We did not change for any political reasons. We did it because it made sense in the story and gave the character a chance to grow. This is all pretty clear if you read the series. Characters change costumes. It happens all the time. I just wish that it didn't have to be something political. Want to change costumes? Then change it. No need to bash revealing art or outdated values, because that's bullshit reason. Want to do it? Then do it for artistic reasons and leave it at that, you motherfucking bigots." Plus, making fun of fans that give you money gives a very immature look to the company. Please learn from the mistakes of the NA Comics idiots making fun of fans at the point. And a single Japanese comic outsells her at Marvel and DC. Try not to breathe.
I believe in you.
Planet Q says, "Why do I feel like I'm hearing Barbosa?"
Because we did. We did not change it for any political reasons. We did it because it made sense in the story and gave the character a chance to grow. This is all pretty clear if you read the series. Oh, there's no R's in there.
I know.
The
series.
Another fan wrote, "The new people running heavy metal must really hate their fans. Why do you hate us?" Heavy Metal responded, "Think about your questions realistically. You are an adult. We assume it would make sense for a company that works so hard to create and bring new art to the fans." Wait, art to hate its fans? Or are you just comfortable with change and growth? Do you hate us because we've grown out of the box of your comfort level? Sit with that. We love our fans, but they can either grow up with or stay behind, clinging on to an idealized past. Remember, folks, me hearties, in a previous response, they made it clear they didn't want fans who didn't like the new design. So they might not be hating them, but they certainly don't want them actually being fans, which this response doubles down on. God, that was less fun to read, that last one. That was not very pirate.
Ricky, you got people wanting you to do this for movie reviews and stuff.
Seriously.
Yeah, get it together, guy.
I tried to watch The Army of the Dead, but it was so piss poor by Zack Snyder.
Snyder.
Tried to give a review, but Ghibli was too tough. The movie was a snore, and it was quite the bore. I just sit through it like a filthy whore.
Yeah, it's crazy that like they're just echoing the shit like last year. It's like, let the past die. You know, it's like
Angus,
we want new fans, you fucking misogynist.
Angus, in this response, they made it very clear, very, very clear that they do not respect the fans who do not like the new armor design of Tarna. A commentator wrote, Cartoon lady wear more cloth now. How PP Hold on. I need to do this in a different voice. A commentator wrote, "Cartoon lady wear more cloth now. How PP become big PP if can't see lady skin? Outrage, basically Pearl Harbor, just like me daughter Pearl. Change lady back. Me only achieve orgasm if cartoon lady not wear many cloth. Not see real lady not see real lady since kicked out of comic store in 97 for harassment. Stupid Stacy. She just made because she lesbian. Me have big pee-pee and dry.
What is going on?
Heavy Metal responded, "This is sadly close to some of the responses." Hold on, I gotta do that again. That was
me
gold.
Have big pee-pee?
There's gold in there. I need to do that again.
It says that?
Hold on, I gotta do it again. And more
You
power.
have no big pee-pee with woman, more cloth.
Now that I read it, I can kind of get it again. So let's see. A commentator wrote, "Cartoon lady wore more cloth now. How pee-pee become big pee-pee if can't see lady skin? Outrage! Basically Pearl Harbor, like me daughter Pearl. Change lady back. Me only achieve orgasm if cartoon lady not to wear many cloth. Not see real lady since kicked out of comic store in 97 for harassment. Stupid Stacy. She just made because she lesbian. Me have big pee-pee and drive cool truck." That was the best thing I've ever read out of this. Oh my god. This wasn't even me fooling, guys. It's on the screen, not me. It's on the screen.
Holy shit.
What's the chat say about that?
Said, yeah, seriously, you do well. And then they say hi to Bruce. Bruce came in during this reading, so he's probably lost.
Give him a second. They'll all be responding here in a moment. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Bruce says life is great.
Yeah, when we have pee-pee. Cool truck.
Me have big pee-pee and drive cool truck. Not see a real lady since kicked out of comic store in 97 for harassment. Like I said, it just says after that, stupid. It just says stupid Stacy. Stupid
I
Stacy.
haven't seen a real woman in 24 fucking years. What?
Well, you know what Stacy is? That's like incel talk, like the Chad and the Virgin. That like you got Chads and Stacys. That's like the prime people that won't give incels the chance.
Okay.
Reminds me of the song called "Stacy's Mom Has Got It Going On." She's all I want, and I waited for so long.
The incel and bisexual, like everybody's an option and nobody wants you.
Hey, PB. No, you relax. Being afraid of a mob of sociopaths who try to cancel every drop of sexualization is concerning. Your so-called going forward is nothing but a cheap excuse, since New Armour style is so old-fashioned. Moving forward, my balls. That's what it says. No one is afraid here. The change in outfit is part of the storyline as an author. I'm sure you understand that. If you read the series, you would know how silly your comment is.
Not reading. Show me the movie.
No, you relax. Be afraid of mob sociopaths. Why cancel? No, it's not fun in that voice.
No, you don't gotta reread it.
No. Yeah, I guess basically it.
Where's the Whopper?
But it's just crazy to see
The Whopper's in his pants, man.
It's crazy to see another entertainment outlet just like sicking on itself on the fans that would maybe buy your shit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Me have big pee-pee and drive cool truck. It's a good pickup line.
Can't get over these fucking quotes now. You want me to talk about this semi-seriously, but then you throw up an article where they have a fucking quote that says that. Me have big pee-pee and drive cool truck. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Other
It's
than
gold.
taking it at face value.
It's just gold, that's all.
Is he driving fucking Hot Wheels or something?
Probably. It's a cool truck. All the kids want to play.
Are you fucking playing games again?
Still, yes.
Oh my god.
Ricky, pull this video up. I just sent it to you.
You just paused the game to read the article?
Yeah. Should I not have? Should I not have? Because I did my work as a pirate and read an article. Okay, an article. So
It's playing Assassin's Creed.
mm-hmm. Assassin's Creed.
I want to see PB's reaction to this clip.
Oh shit!
It got me.
Full screen on my end.
Come on, Ricky. Where are my reparations, bitch?
He's finishing the level. Never date a guy with no bed frame and no sound.
Yeah. Turn the sound on, Ricky.
There you go. Start over.
How do you not have a bed frame? Oh, never date a guy with no bed frame. How do you not have a bed frame? I'm poor. Okay? I thought you were a socialist. Oh, never date a guy with no bed.
Fuck. I was expecting the hook of being poor. I was not expecting the hook of I thought you were a socialist. Holy fuck. Oh man. Oh,
Oh my god, that got me.
They had to give half of it away and then it was no good anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I don't got a bed frame either, but like we got the bed.
Like, what do you, okay.
Well, I would like to just for more storage space, under the bed, but it's like I never needed it. I got a bed. I got the box spring.
Yeah, fuck that. I have and haven't had a bed frame in various places where I've lived. So, what the fuck does that mean? Like, oh, you've got your life together because you have a bed frame, and then you move and you just don't set up the bed frame and everything's good to go, and you're like, meh, whatever. But you didn't have your life together then. Then you move to the next place, and your life is completely fucking falling apart. But you got a bed frame, so life is good, right? Like, who came
I'm
up with
poor.
that bullshit? I thought you were a
I thought you were
socialist.
socialist. It's actually like a 30-second clip, but like that's the real hook right there. That part. I just killed me.
It's fucking great. All women are socialists when it comes to the French fries.
Oh yeah. There's a funny. It wasn't even a meme. It's I think a real menu. Let me find it in my photos.
A real menu. Real menus are also memes.
Oh, okay. Here it is. So it's got like
Rookie,
drinks.
you want to bring this up, Rookie?
No. I'm just reading it. I didn't send it to him. It's got drinks, side dishes like coleslaw, corn, etc., onion rings, and then under it says, "My girlfriend is not hungry. $4.25. Add extra fries to your entree and fried chicken wings or cheese sticks."
Oh my god, that's fucking great, man.
I'm sure someone complained like, "This is misogynist."
What's misogynist about that? Like, how many lesbians ordered that? Lesbians be ordering just that. They walk in, they both say, "My girlfriend's not hungry." Boom. Just shows up with fries and chicken wings. And what was the third option?
Chicken wings or cheese sticks.
Cheese sticks. So one of them takes the fucking cheese sticks, the other one the chicken wings and fries. So they're good to go. They just both walk in. Everybody gets to say they're not hungry, and food arrives. That's a great freaking sales technique. What's the where? There's misogyny in there. Where?
In The Last of Us 2, they made a bigot sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
A bigot sandwich.
Oh my god. What the hell's on this sandwich?
Bigotry.
What forest does this bigot tree grow in?
I don't know.
I'm sending you some pictures, Ricky.
I
Not
thought he was going
again.
to say the
Jesus.
Assassin's Creed forest.
Hold on, I gotta kill this guy. I gotta chop his head off.
Are you playing on your computer?
No, on my Xbox, but I'm on my phone, and then I share the things on the computer to.
So your phone is the thing that's vibrating and making all that noise?
Well, he's sending me DMs, and that sound is vibrating. Yeah, so.
He has his DM notification on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
So I hear
yeah,
this
like,
buzz,
put it
buzz,
on mute,
buzz,
guy.
buzz, buzz,
Why
buzz.
isn't it on mute? You're working. I need you to bring up the stuff that he just sent you.
I'm a rebel.
Without a cause.
How many does it take for Amber Heard and her cronies to screw in a light bulb? All of them. Amber Heard gets mad, throws the light bulb. Don't talk about that beautiful queen.
What a messy crime scene.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
Light bulb everywhere.
So this is SpongeBob. He's like, I'll have a classic movie reboot with a gender swap and the first gay character. And Square's like, how original. And hide all POC from advertisements in China. He's like, daring today, aren't we?
Daring today, aren't we? How original. Daring today, aren't we? Mm. Yes.
All right, next one.
Next one.
It says, to
me,
me,
you're perfect.
You are perfect.
I'm kind of reading it as, to me, you are perfect. Because he's not.
To me, you are perfect. What the fuck, guy?
I commented as like, an ugly person made this, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
It was made up by Quasi.
Right,
I can't read that. Zoom in. What's it say?
It says, do not insert in mouth or rectum.
Holy fucking shit. What the hell?
It's happened a little too much, huh?
That's a good one. All right, this next one. It's a presentation. It says, can a toothbrush be sexist? And then someone says, why am I paying $9,000 for this? This is modern college summed up in one image.
Pretty much.
Sperm?
What?
A rabbit fucking a... What the fuck? Get off of this. It's terrifying.
Now you got something for memes for PB chat. All right, show the next one.
Oh, yes, your artist drawing, yeah.
So if y'all saw it, J. Scott Campbell did this redraw challenge for people to redraw his black cat. And I always had this idea of Mr. Krabs doing a sexy pose.
What the hell is that?
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
My kid thought it was funny. And it's like, he's wearing panties.
With a panty raid.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Well, you saved the best one for last. What the fuck was that? Like, that was not a meme. It was just terrifying. I was like, oh my god, they mixed a rabbit with a cat. That's creepy as hell. And then you moved on to the next picture.
It's normal in some countries, okay?
No, it's not normal in some countries to draw a goddamn lobster in panties.
He's a crab, thank you.
Whatever. Crustacean.
I knew he was going to say that term.
Mm-hmm.
I guessed it. I was like, he's gonna say crustacean. Boom, he says it.
Predictable. Hashtag predictable.
Hashtag PB predictable.
So PB, what's been catching your interest over the week?
Oh my god. Over the week, what the hell was I watching? Still rewatching Stargate. I was doing that. I went over to a friend's house and played some of the old school Battlefront 2.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up. On the PS2. Oh, man.
Yeah,
So
I got it on Xbox.
Ah.
That's how you do it, bro.
Like, I still don't understand, like, when the new one came out, we didn't know how to differentiate whether we wanted to play the original Battlefront, which we played sometimes because it has a couple different maps than Battlefront 2, even though Galactic Conquest and Battlefront 2 is way better. And we were like, well, how the hell are we supposed to differentiate between Battlefront and Battlefront? And I was like, okay, we'll call the new one Battlefront G for garbage because it's trash.
Yeah, I was so disappointed with the new Battlefront because like all it was like modes. It wasn't like, hey, we're like upgrading the game.
What do I want to say? Battlefield. They took Battlefield and they just put a Star Wars skin on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That could have been good, but like, there's not even like real like the what Battlefront's famous for.
Well, it's like they shouldn't have called it
the videos of Battlefront 3 that was being made. Tell me you've seen those videos.
Well, it's like they shouldn't have called this one Battlefront. Star Wars something else. Like
what they're doing? They're trying to cover.
A great name. That would have been a great name.
What they're doing is like there's that Birth of a Nation movie came out recently, last couple of years, but it's like about like Nat Turner.
Wait, it's really?
Yeah, it's about like Nat Turner's rebellion or whatever. So it's like
in like 1619.
But yeah, it's the whole point is to bury the old one. So new results come up for the recent one when you type in Battlefront or Birth of the Nation. Apparently,
it's like no, I want real Battlefront.
Right.
I want real Birth of a Nation where it shows how great America was before we let the blacks free.
Right,
so that's what I was doing. Milestone in movie quality.
No, I didn't see the film. I've seen a lot of clips and examples of like how it was revolutionary for storytelling. So I know the gist of that movie and the subject matter of the book it's based on. But yeah, I never watched the fucking race baiting Birth of a Nation because like of course it's coming out during February. Yeah, and what's up, Joe Ball?
Joe Ball? Oh,
yeah.
I was going to say, what's up, King Toad? His name's Joe Ball.
Yeah, he's a artist. I think he's the artist with Bullet Maker with Gat Hanzo of The War Campaign. Hail, brother.
Alex Jones just appeared for a moment, brother. War Campaign is on a warpath with the Warthog on Wednesday.
It's Thursday.
Well, he's giving you an update yesterday.
I'm Alex Jones from the future, coming to you from the past in your ass.
I feel like you've watched way too much Alex Jones.
I don't think he's watched enough.
I've actually like not really watched any Alex Jones at all.
Which is way too much.
No, you know it's funny. So when last week tonight, John Oliver did a thing about Alex Jones, trying to expose him, and to some degree, some extent, I agree with that angle. Excuse me.
Bless you.
But what's crazy is I actually started like digging into Alex Jones' Prison Planet coverage to like compare it with like, all right, what like can I dig about what articles can I find that like validate what they're reporting? What's crazy is they were like the only people reporting about like something that you could find like scientific research about. outside of like their website. There was like a big poultry scare. There's like some sort of like new super bird flu or some shit because, you know, they don't got good standards over there. And it had like, they contained it, but it had a really high mortality rate. Like it was like the highest since like the Black Plague. It had like a 30% mortality rate, and Black Plague had about 50, of course. So that's like the worst we've known in history. And no one reported on it. Only Prison Planet reported on it. And then, you know, a couple years later, China virus. So it's kind of interesting.
China.
Yeah. And yeah, Alex is always right. It's crazy. People discredit him like, oh, they're not trying to like, you know, some sort of like pedo ring to take blood of children. And then there's like some crazy like Time or Newsweek article or something where it's like using like children's blood or some shit. Like it's like some good thing. It's like, what the hell?
There's a South Park one where it's like the Super Adventure Club tries to have sex with children around the world, and they think that they absorb powers called Marlocks from children. It's like, what the fuck?
Like Scientology.
It's just like Scientology. It was actually ripping on because they did one on Scientology, which was funny, and they're like, you know, oh, the evil Lord Xenu and blah blah blah. But the guy who voiced Chef was a Scientologist or something, and he quit the show. And then a few episodes later, they made one with the Super Adventure Club. Also, kind of, it's pretty funny with it. But
well, I always understood Isaac Hayes was cool with them making fun of him because like, you know,
I don't know. I heard, you know, when you watch it, it kind of explains what happened. Because in the episode where they make fun of the Super Adventure Club, they're making fun of, they're like using Chef, but they're using audio clips that he's already voiced. It's not him voicing it now, and it's like, you know, oh, you got brainwashed by that fruity little club, the Super Adventure Club, but they're referring to the Scientology really, because that's what happened. I don't know.
All right, so I'm looking it up. So,
Finally,
Isaac Hayes did not quit South Park. Someone quit South Park for him. What happened was that in January 2006, he had a stroke and lost the ability to speak. He had to relearn to play the piano, a lot of different things. So yeah, but then, you know, he died not long after at some point. So.
Oh, well, then I don't know why they have such implication on him being brainwashed by Fruity Little Club, and then they have him get brutally murdered in a weird way. So I don't know. All right.
Yeah, my South Park knowledge is very.
That's just the impression I got from the episode.
But yeah, I love chocolate salty balls. Like when I found out about that song, I was hooked on it for a while. I was learning the lyrics.
You can
put them in your mouth and suck.
It was like, you could suck my black ass. There's one where the token black kid is like, you know, told that he's rich, and they're pretty much our rich family. And he's like, I'm going to get more rich people here, and he gets like Will Smith and Kobe and all these people, and it's a pretty funny episode. And they're like doing they're all being treated like, you know, you richers instead of the N-word. Like, you know, you bunch of richers. Let's burn a T on their yard. Why? T for time to leave. And then later they're like, let's do our rights are being squashed. Let's do a million man march or something. And then they see Chef shoveling snow, and they're like, come on, join us. He's like, I don't make that much money. We'll give you $100. All right, sign me up. It's just like you'd love that episode. And then at the end, they're like, you know, what do black people, or what do rich people hate more than anything? They're like, what do rich people hate more than anything? And they're like, ghosts. So they put on white sheets to scare them away. They're like, ooh, spooky ghosts. Like, they're just calling them richers and stuff.
It's all like coincidental racism, like the Klan.
Yeah, but you can't hear richer. You know, you're richer, richy, rich. You know what? How many rich people does it take to change a light bulb? None. They can just hire somebody to do it for them. Why do they have such huge garages? So they can park all their cars and planes and aircraft carriers. It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm very glad that Rookie, because like I'm a Family Guy guy. I didn't get to grow up with South Park really at all, and Rookie informed me about this Catholic eccentric one about Peter the apostle Peter was actually a rabbit, and so it's been like hidden in art and
Peter
stuff.
fucking rabbit. What? There's a
And
picture
so
of the apostle Peter. He was a rabbit the whole time.
yeah, and so there's like this like secret lineage of like
Of rabbits.
the like rabbit
like-
pope. it's like yeah, it was like
So where
you
does
know-
Cottontail fit in?
no, they're talking about like, well, that's why the Pope's hat's so funny because like it looks funny on a person, but like put it on a rabbit's ears and it makes total sense.
And there's like, yeah, that's why we dye eggs, whatever, to keep the secret of him going. And it's like,
What happened to this guy?
This happens when we talk on the phone sometimes. He gets all muffled.
Am I muffly now?
No, you're good now.
Okay. Yeah, get some good episodes. That was one of my favorite ones. They have like, the
Catholic
freaking
ninjas.
Catholic ninjas come in. They're the
Oh, you're muffled again.
They pray for Jesus.
Still muffled.
Okay.
Am I muffled again?
You sound a little better. Let me see.
God damn it.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah.
What
good,
about
good.
now?
All right, I'll
Can you
try to talk from here, I guess. Yeah, they wish for Jesus. They pray for Jesus to arrive, and he he has to have Kyle kill him, and Kyle's a Jew, and so that he can come back with superpowers. And it's like,
Kyle's a Jew.
Yeah, that's part of the joke. They have Cartman make fun of him for being a Jew all the time.
Yeah, it's funny because the Jew has to kill Jesus to get him out of the
he's
cell.
like Eric Cartman cannot know about this. Okay, and then he like slits his throat, and then he's like, ugh, like not dying right away.
Jesus was a Jew?
Yeah, he's like, he put these two Jews behind bars, and we'll deal with them later. It's like, okay.
It's a really good episode, yeah.
He's like, I will not tell you where Snowball is. It's actually I would, because I kind of don't want to be here right now.
Yeah, no, like if you have some context, South Park's really funny, but the problem with South Park is it's like very in depth with like in the moment kind of entertainment or political news, and so like if you didn't grow up in that time to be cognizant of like understanding the plot, then it's like, so I try to watch like old original first season or two of South Park, and it's like I don't get any of this humor because like I was 7 when this shit was going on. Yeah, like newer shit like Tiger Woods, That's the thing about Family Guys, and like in depth with that saves it to like last longer.
I don't know. I feel like
how old are you, rookie?
27.
Okay.
I'm 29.
Yeah, I actually got into South Park late though.
Wait, you're muffled again, but yeah, PB, how old are you?
33.
No, you're not.
What do you mean? No, I'm not. I was older or younger?
I definitely think you're older.
Okay. You'd be wrong.
Bruce says South Park is the perfect time capsule. The Iceman, they woke up in 97, but he's put in cryo in 96 was hilarious. Planet Q going into like Alex Jones stuff says that it reminds me California is now letting P words have only 2-year probation after getting out of prison.
Nonsense.
And then they don't have to report when they move. And so it's California, so it probably is just horrendous, but I want to give them a legal benefit of the doubt before I like research this. So
it's California, you're gonna give
no. I totally
understand
it's California
in the same fucking sentence.
I totally get it. All right, but I want to give benefit out before I find out for myself. It could be because sometimes these things get headlined a certain way, and people get outraged. But then you dig in, it's like, oh, like there's actually a real in-depth reason. It's not like just verbatim this whole class of people. It's like
because most of their nonsense are statutories.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'm wondering if it's like statutory issues, or if it is like it could have been consent, but like you had like a wide enough age range, or it's like legally a no, or like sex offenders that are like they got caught pissing by a school, they're drunk or something, so their whole life's ruined with registry, stuff like that. Like I was reading about the guy who wrote The Firm. I think John Grisham.
Stop putting yourself through that reading.
No, John Grisham. He, if I'm not mistaken, that's the author. He is like, or has been a like Mississippi like state legislator, like senator, representative, and so he's an experienced lawmaker and lawyer. So there's like credibility to his like fictions he writes, the scenarios, and he got a lot of flack for trying to have like more nuanced individual judgment on like sex offender stuff with what I'm talking about, where it's like, well, like these things are considered this blanket, but like really should we be giving them the same treatment as like actual offenders? But it just got muddled, never got outraged because it like the headline reads like let the pedos out, and it's like so that's why I'm like I'm gonna give it the benefit until I research
pedo, not pedo.
Well, it's pedophilia, not pedophilia.
It's pedophilia.
Tomato, potato.
I know.
Peanut butter.
Let me look this up. California.
Some people say tomato. Some people say ketchup.
Am I still muffled or no?
No, you're good.
No, you're holding the camera. It's fine. Oh shit!
What?
Wasn't me.
Was that me?
No, that was my PayPal. That was my
ear.
That was my PayPal. I'm looking at my phone, but it's right by the mic.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
So the first thing I found is that California Governor Newsom has signed a law that would give judges a say on whether to list someone as an offender for oral or anal with a minor.
Wait.
So it's in reference to statutory cases, and also
only about statutory cases,
and also fairness under the law to the alphabet defendants.
The fuck are alphabet defendants?
So it's like statutory. So it's like if a person's in age of consent 14 to 17 and the person was within 10 years of age. So it's, it gets murky, but it can be definitely argued in favor. So it's more detailed than the headline. So that's why I'm like, well, let me look into this before I jump to conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
I like to jump. I just do make very short ones. I didn't get on board with it. I just said I'm not giving the benefit of the doubt to California ever.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. California's a cesspool. We should just give it to China. Just like saw it off like in Looney Tunes and let it swim in the Pacific over to China.
No, just like the edge of it.
Just give them the whole state. Fuck them. We'll save Rookie Critic. We'll save Rookie Critic from Washington or Oregon, wherever he's at, and get him like into Idaho or Montana with Brian, Speaker for the Dead. Put him in a safe house. Saw off the whole West Coast. Just send it on its way.
Yep. Yeah, I'll break off real good.
Yeah, no, Planet Q, I do see why it's stirring, but at the same time, I get the like statutory angle as well, where it's like, well, age of consent, and it's like, it's not like there's more details to the law, what people are just reading the headline too. So,
ooh, you know what they can call those 3 states after they chop them off and send them over? They can call it Big Taiwan.
Can't see this, John Cena.
I can't. Okay, so do you think, because I obviously don't know for a fact, but I think that WB told him to fucking apologize.
What movie? Like, I don't know the context of how this came up in the first place of him mistakenly calling Taiwan a country, which
I
it is.
don't fucking know how the fuck or why he called Taiwan a country. I have no idea why it came up.
Well, Taiwan is a country.
I know. Yeah, I don't know why he called them a country though. Like, what could possibly have come up in conversation that you're like, yeah, Taiwan, the country. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess
But
like
then
that's a redundant detail.
For it was
America, the country, you know.
Right.
Oh, I mistook America, the county. Like
that's what I'm saying is you have to say something more specific than just Taiwan.
Pacific, wait, so, like the ocean.
Let me see.
Yes.
Or more Atlantic. Or more Indian.
A little more Indian. Touch of Arctic.
Let me look this up.
Anyway, the order to apologize had to have come from somebody else because he personally has no reason to fucking apologize, but people who he works for has a reason for him to apologize, especially Warner Brothers.
Well, no, Fast and Furious is Universal.
Oh, so you think it was in both? It's in both
Hollywood. Yeah, just deduce it to Hollywood. So while doing an interview on the Taiwanese Broadcasting Network TVBS to promote the film, Cena stated that Taiwan would be the first country to watch the film. He would later issue an apology in Mandarin on Weibo for claiming Taiwan was a country.
Holy fuck. Well, that's why it sounded like it was in Far East speak.
He stated, "Hi, China. I'm John Cena. I am in the middle of Fast and Furious 9 promotions. I'm doing a lot of interviews. I made a mistake in one of my interviews." This is when he was talking in Chinese. Cena continued, "Everyone was asking if I could use Chinese. Staff gave me a lot of information, so there was a lot of interviews and information. I made one mistake. I have to say something very, very, very important now. I love and respect China and Chinese people. I'm very, very sorry about my mistake. I apologize. I'm very sorry. You must understand that I really respect China and the Chinese people." Man, this reads like a terrorist, video where they got like a gun to your head. I'm totally fine. These people have fed me. They haven't broken my bones. I'm totally saying,
as long as you give them the money by tomorrow, Daddy, I'll be fine. Thank you, Daddy. Yeah.
One user wrote, "Please say in Chinese that Taiwan is part of China. Otherwise, we won't accept it." Another wrote, "Then you should say Taiwan is China's. What you have said in the video is nonsense. You can't take benefits from China, but in the meantime, do things to harm China's interest." Someone says, "I like you. I think you truly love China. Don't talk carelessly about China's territory and sovereignty." Apparently, the U.S. Department of State does not recognize Taiwan and does not support Taiwan independence. Instead, the U.S. Department of State switched diplomatic recognition from Taipei to Beijing in 1979. Joint communique. I've never seen that word. It's COMMU. It's like communique. So I don't know how you're supposed to say that. As part of the joint communique, the U.S. government recognized the People's Republic of China as the sole legal government of China, acknowledging the Chinese position that there is but one China and Taiwan is part of China. This totally reads pure propaganda. That's why I'm laughing.
Part of China.
Sorry, I recognize Japan. Japan is in fact Chinese. I'm sorry, China.
It's just off the coast. It is in fact Chinese.
Hey, Cena should have been like, "Hey, sorry. I mean, you all look alike, so." Oops.
I'm sorry. I came here. I couldn't see any of you.
Oh shit! We got Tim Possible in the house. What is up, man? He's a Kylo cosplayer. on TikTok and stuff. He's got some. I know he's made my Raylo friend Lindsay Lou wet with his well-formed Kylo-ness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stream this guy. I want to stream this guy and get his.
He's an up and coming riser.
Yeah. He's in the collective sphere, and I think I subbed him, but I haven't like really watched his stuff. I know I saw him stream with Phil T, which I know that guy for a long time. But yeah, Planet Q says, "Can I share something with you?" I don't know. Can you?
Is it going to be about the drapes again?
Hold those drapes. She says Taiwan was one of 3 countries in Asia that moved from the flawed democracy category to be classified as full democracies. It ranks 11th globally as of 2021.
That Taiwan was a character in Game of Thrones.
It's Taiwan.
Same thing. Isn't Taiwan a country? I have no comment. I have no comment on this. So
it's just it's the scene of things funny, especially like I just read the article about it where it's like you get the full context, and again it's like the being held hostage. You're like, I'm so sorry, communist government. Please don't cancel my movie. Mm-hmm. I need your Chinese money.
Bing chong bing bing. Please don't bling me.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Taiwan is like East Palestine. It's not really, it reads the same, honestly. It's like, no, there's no Palestine. So there is no Taiwan. It sounds like some totalitarian shit where it's like, clearly these people don't want to be under your flag, but you're like forcing them at gunpoint, which I don't know. Given modern day, like interglobal politics, it's weird because like before, I don't know, World War I, it was just like, hey, you're us, we own you, and if you don't like it, we'll just invade and take your shit and force you to be us. But now it's like, oh, that's bad, mean people, conquests, like the whole world's cooked.
Yeah.
So
isn't Mexico like America?
Might as well be. I mean, they keep giving us all their shit people.
Yeah, we have half their civilians. I mean,
these fuckers are allies to our south. You got like a caravan of fucking immigrants. They want a better life, and it's like, well, you could stop in Mexico. No. We got to go to America, and so like they're facilitating this shit. So yeah, fuck Mexico.
And do we want Canada to be part of America or no?
Nah.
we'll be all right.
Yeah, you can keep it. Sorry, Karen. It's like Madagascar. It's like, you're on the Jersey side of this.
I haven't seen that movie.
You never saw Madagascar?
Nope.
Oh, dude, that's like a really good DreamWorks. Pretty much everything DreamWorks is top-notch stuff. They really give Disney a run for their money. And Madagascar 2 is good. I don't know if I saw number 3, but yeah, number 2, 1 and 2 are really good in tandem. Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't even know if I saw all of number 2.
Oh, number 2 is where he goes back to Africa. And that sounds so bad.
He spends his reparations to go back to Africa.
No, I can't remember how exactly it happened, but yeah, they like I don't know if it's like the zoo frees them or PETA gets involved or what, but somehow they end up on a ship to Africa to like, oh, well, no, I think it's because the first one is like they're stuck in Madagascar. And so somehow they get, I think because of the penguins refashion the plane body. And so they ended up crashing in Africa. And then they're on like a reserve. So then Alex realizes that his paw print, his birthmark's actually like a stamp for his reserve he's from, because he was poached, kind of like Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. So yeah, and then he finds his father, who I think is Alec Baldwin. I don't know, maybe Alec Baldwin's like the adversary to him.
I What's Bob Dylan doing in Africa?
And then Will.i.am plays like a hunk hippo that Gloria's got the hots for. Of course, the penguins are funny as fuck. Marty finds like, his tribe, so to speak, of zebras where they're all like Martys. They all sound the same. I can't believe you haven't seen Madagascar. God damn.
I mean, at this point, is there anything you really can't believe I haven't seen?
Dude, it really shocks me, man. That's like, that came out in like 2004,
Yeah, I think I purposely skipped that one.
I don't know how, man. Like, when DreamWorks comes out the movie, I'm like, I'm down. Like, when I was in the Army.
I like Kung Fu Panda, but.
Like, when I was in the Army, I happened to finally catch up and see How to Train Your Dragon. And so then when, like, I got back to the States and they released How to Train Your Dragon, I was like, boom, first week in the theater. Got to see the shit. And it made me cry because it's such a good movie.
Okay.
You're muffled.
I haven't seen
He's muffled.
Muffled.
What about
okay,
now?
you're good.
I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon either. I have not seen the How to Train Your Dragon film.
Dude,
either.
especially you're playing Valhalla, man. You gotta watch How to Train Your Dragon. Like, sure, it's for kids, but it's like DreamWorks is really good at really blending the like age, ever since Shrek, they're really good at blending and like all ages kind of story. Like, yeah, it's it's a cartoon, so it's kid oriented, but like adults are gonna feel like oh crap, I'm at this fucking kid movie. It's just stupid. Like, it's really good plot. Gerard Butler's the father to this, beta dweeb son, but he's like the clan leader of the Viking tribe he's got, and they dragons are like they're kind of like wolves or something, and they're like they're shepherds of like sheep and stuff. It's like a pestilence problem, and the son is dweeb, but he's inventive and stuff, and so he ends up shooting down the top tier dragon, and they end up becoming like buddies, but he's got to hide it because dragons are like the enemy.
Okay.
And yeah, so then it ends up bigger plot and bigger foe. So it's like they finally find commonality with the dragons, with a bigger enemy. And the second one's like, we're in harmony with the dragons. We've integrated them into our system of life, and there's like a new enemy, and yeah, it's good stuff. Good storytelling, father-son dynamic. Yeah, it's really, really good. You'd be surprised at like the emotional cues and stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
We'll give you back Harry if you just give us Justin Bieber. I can't believe I said that. Wait, Harry. Who's Harry?
Harry Styles?
Wait, is Planet Q, is she in England?
No.
I don't know.
Or is this? Or yeah, maybe it's Harry Styles. I don't know. I don't follow these like new people.
Harry Potter?
Yeah, I read Harry. I'm like, Harry Potter. Like, wait, what?
Harry Potter? I don't know.
Yeah. What's Ricky? You're getting back to content creation and streaming on your channel.
In Doodly Deed.
Inform the chat about this.
I'm starting out with making a couple of short, ridiculous little stop motion skit thingies, and then I'm gonna start pounding you with actual content, some in-depth stuff, which might take a little bit to get out here and there, but I got quite a few lined up and already started some. So, one about should franchises continue on forever or should they end?
Continue, yes.
And Angus and I were talking last night, and I think I'm still going to try to work on the project I'm thinking of. However, our conversation did spark a few ideas for like a shorter skit style stuff that's like can show off some film here and there. So I got a couple ideas. You liked the National Sandwich Day thing, so that was good. Am I muffled again?
Oh no, I just didn't care what you said.
Didn't care what I said. Bitch.
She's honest.
I said I might try to make some more stuff like the National Sandwich Day.
No, I heard you. I was joking. Yeah.
Going back to my roots a little.
Ricky's heart was smoked. He's like, ah.
Yeah. Do you want to share the clip from the National Sandwich Day where I get squirted in the face?
Sure. This is so this is why you need to go to Ricky's streams and send him super chats.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to pull it up.
Almost got it. Almost got it right there. All right.
Here we go. Full screen, bitch.
I did. It's not going there yet. There we go.
Trailblazers.
Right.
Too soon. But we must at least prepare for a Star Wars review.
No, that's not there yet.
Wait, isn't it way earlier?
He gets scored in the face right around here because he gets made fun of. Being a sandwich boy.
Don't get your Subway stench on my jacket. Hit the shower, sandwich boy. Occupied, sandwich boy.
My humor was so weird back then. Just trying to live his life.
Good, you're back. You should, make me a pizza, man.
I worked at Papa Murphy's at the time, too.
You don't work there no more. I don't need you then. Whew. Whoa! Another great workout. My biceps are growing in size every time. You should join me sometime, sandwich boy. Just kidding. You'd only slow me down.
What the fuck?
I'm a simple man to please.
Yep.
No, hey, show the beginning with all the different Jeff characters.
Okay. This was before I had followers. This is what I call my season 1 nostalgia critic influence. And I don't think you'll get copyright for the song because it's I never got copyright on it before. No, he's the fat one. There we go.
Who am I? An angel sent from above, showing no love to thugs that rub me the wrong way. Nothing but cold nights and long days. Wonder Woman ain't got nothing on me. Put a diss now, criminal. Don't stop because it's about to get no legs. You know the underworld, genetically engineered. You coming, you better be ready. It's nothing I fear.
This part.
You like that?
What the fuck?
Creepy fucking smile. Fuck.
Like the sandwich boy just in the closet and they just stares
Yep.
at you.
I have many jokes with that. Oh yeah.
Oh, that killed me last night. Yeah, and then somehow we're talking about Ireland and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I think y'all's bread's too sugary or some shit. And then we ended up reading about this whole history in Ireland of their tax codes about sugar count in your bread.
Yeah.
Fun places me and Ricky will go.
Totally.
So how was that, PB?
It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, somebody peering at me from inside the closet.
Is it usually the other way around?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kevin never knows where I'm standing.
This has been fun.
Do you want to watch Spider-Man 3 after this?
Not after this. No, I'm going to go to bed.
No, I'm going to sleep.
Okay. Because we were
maybe tomorrow.
We were supposed to try and finish that one out there, bruv.
Oh, we'll finish it, bruv.
We want to finish it, bruv. Well, I work in the afternoon, evening. What about the morning?
Why are you switching to like midway to like country?
Answer the question, boy. All right. Yarr. I work tomorrow evening.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm tired. I gotta take my son to school, so
We should have an afternoon stream of Spider-Man 3. Finish off the stupid bitch.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We can do it tomorrow before you go to work. What time you go to work? Your time?
Perhaps. What?
What time you go to work? Your time?
About 2:40 my time.
5. So yeah, I think we can fit that in tomorrow.
Excellent. Yarr.
All right, PB. We're gonna close this out. So anything to shill, get people ready for upcoming stuff.
Oh, just got an after party going on Saturday night. Don't have a link up for it yet, but it'll be up soon. That's it. I don't know when I'm going to be making another video, but inspirational strike at some point and I'll put something together.
I think that you should watch all of the
muffled
motherfucker.
What about now?
Okay,
no.
You should watch all of the Snyder movies and review them.
No.
Dude, there's a thing I share on Twitter. Like, I like most of his movies, actually. This is the recent shit. I think Army of the Dead. And they had them, like, all side by side, like, little clips of them playing. And it's like, holy fuck. Like, they're all the same fucking drab color palette. Like, that's not good. Like,
yep. It's got one fucking style. And it's
thank you, Karen.
As fuck.
When he has a new pitch, he goes, and guess what? We can make the color scheme gray and dark. And it's like, wow. It's kind of the opposite of Shyamalan.
Wait, what do you mean by Shyamalan? I fucking love
he
M. Night
likes to
Shyamalan.
emphasize color.
Oh, did you watch that video, or was it you just talking about what I was telling you yesterday?
You mentioned it yesterday, but I heard about that a long time ago, too.
Yeah, well, no, he does like just like standard color and a lot of like natural lighting, but
He uses it, or they have meaning to them.
There'll be certain colors that like stand out as like a recurring thing where it like it's clear like a symbolism or a metaphor. It's like this is it's associated with something important to the plot. It's like the village is like yellow versus red. Red is like evil and yellow is like the good people. And in Glass, tying off the like Unbreakable trilogy, the Overseer is green, the split character is yellow, and then Glass is purple. But when they're like in the asylum, they're like very like light and muted colors. But then when they like get their full power, they're like full bore with their color. It's very dark forest green with the Overseer in his rain jacket. It's dark purple with Glass kind of becoming his Lex Luthor full form.
Yeah, and then if it was Snyder, he'd go, and the contrast is all dark. That's my point. That he wouldn't.
Well, I mean, with the Justice League, his color scheme works for like the way he designed the suits, because when Whedon like changed the color palette, they don't blend well in the same universe. It stands out.
No, but I'm talking about so like how you just said in Sucker Punch, in 300. In all these films, it's the same. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, he's a very
Shyamalan, and across all of his color has meaning. As to where in Snyder's, the color does not have meaning. It takes away the color.
Yeah. No, I like most of his stuff, but like he's clearly like, especially the Snyder Cut and the fandom behind him and stuff, and Army of the Dead in tandem with that, he's I think got a really inflated ego, and he's kind of shown that he's. If he's not adapting something that's really already fleshed out, then like he has the ability with the Justice League of like doing his own kind of alternate take, where he's like loosely adapting stuff made, but it's still like kind of falling off. The wheels are falling off the further it gets, expanding the story. But there's still like a core there to play with. But if he's just like dictating the whole story, it's like, you know, it's very clear he needs someone to write it's like Ryan Johnson. You watch like 2 out of 3 of his episodes in Breaking Bad are good stuff because Vince Gilligan and his writing team are like in control, and as well as Bryan Cranston as a producer and director sometimes. So like Johnson can totally direct a movie, but like being creative control, especially in a franchise, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
But yeah, I don't know what's coming up with my channel besides, you know, Thursday streams like we're doing. All American Beef. Appreciate y'all hanging out. If you want, go over to Raging Rhino. We can do a thing that Ancient One suggested doing a live stream raid. Do hashtag, I don't know, Black Angus raid or something like that. Something in regard to the channel or All American Beef. And that can be like a little thing every week we do, raid another stream. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I'll see you all next Thursday and anytime in between. I'll probably do a review tomorrow of episode 4 and 5 of Bad Batch. I got to catch up for good episode. I think it's kind of like lulling people because like it kind of like doing this recurring thing where it's like, oh, we're going somewhere, but oh, we got to land here because of some problem. And so then you have like a little side plot, but that can be repetitive and boring to people because I think people are expecting like grandeur with this plot, and I think at the end it will have it, but I'm actually enjoying this because I feel like Star Wars, like it feels like you're just kind of getting to live in some of these environments in Star Wars and get a different perspective because it's like the Empire's taking over and like the people on this planet they stop at, they're like, yay, and you're getting these cues that like the Empire has improved some people's lives, so you're getting like more nuance versus episode 4 it's like the evil Empire, you know, it's so black and white and, you know, not really any depth, you know, because you're watching the terrorist perspective of the rebels. But yeah, that's something to look forward to along with Thursday stream. Again, thank y'all for stopping by. Mew Mew, Rebecca says, good night, Angus, and Loki carries on Loki punching Teletubbies for practice. Teletubbies are supreme to Loki. Fuck you. See y'all guys around. All right, head over to Raging Rhino.